On YouTube, I have tackled two clients and got them to talk about the educational level of their natural hair and their home experience and everything that's going on. We have Rhonda, which is in this chair. We have Sheena, which is in the other chair, and pretty much myself. But what we were talking about was the level of education, the things that were going on in the industry as far as pricing, the whole 90 to 100% of the genre, and their feedback on how they feel. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to finish up where we started, because we already started this. I just had to record it, and you guys can get a feel for it. So, therefore, go for it.
Well, one thing I was talking about the Chris Rock movie earlier, and one of the things I thought was so disheartening were the young ages at which mothers made the decision to perm their kids' virgin, delicate, fragile, still maturing hair. And I was like, why? She's only 3. And, you read these studies and they talk about how you can really damage the kids' follicles to the point that they can get like alopecia and really stunt their growth forever. And I just think about when I was a little girl, my parents never put relaxers in our hair. They just, brushed it, combed it. My mom would braid it on a Sunday. We used a stocking cap, old school. And on Friday, she'll undo it, and Saturday she'll do it again. And every once in a while we would get the old school press for Easter or a special occasion.
So you never had a perm on
I
your
had
head?
a perm, but it wasn't until I got to school and saw the other girls with perms. Like, oh, I want my hair asymmetrical like salt and pepper. How did they get it like that?
Yeah.
So
Mama?
other than the styling, what do you think that what made these people go towards a relaxer at such an early age? Do you think that the lack of
My honest
ability?
opinion, because I have a 7-year-old girl and her hair like this,
Yes.
it's time consuming. For
Understandable.
me to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning combing in her hair at 5 o'clock, trying to get the comb through it. It's difficult.
But what about if you put more of a managing regimen to it, and the hair became managing over time is easier, then you didn't have to get up and do such a long
And
time.
over years, it is that way to where it's manageable, to where I can brush it here, kind of take the rubber band off and kind of put it back on. But I could understand why other parents did it.
Right.
Because nowadays things are taking more time into rather than like my mom. She put a perm in my hair pretty much because I was from house to house, not homeless or nothing like that. But I always wanted to go by my aunt's house. And no one would comb my hair. My mom was like, "You always come home with your hair all matted. We gonna put a perm in your hair." And I remember because I was like, I don't want the perm, but then I do want the perm, Right. But once I got that perm, my hair was to my butt. I got more attention, so I was like, I like my perm.
Right,
So I
that's
always
the
kept
attention.
the perm in my hair.
Right.
Once I started combing my own hair, that's really when it started showing that the perm just really wasn't good for hair.
Right.
That was my first acknowledgement. I was missing hair all in the front of my hair from the perm. I had got in the pool right after I got in the perm, going to one of my friend's house, and I was like, I don't want no more perms in my hair, Mama. I don't want no more perm. And I think I went without a perm for 6 months. And I was like, okay, Mama, put the perm back on. I don't like, I
Just
didn't.
because you weren't used to combing. And
Yes,
everything,
and it would
right.
hurt so bad.
Yeah, and that's one thing. And I think my mom, the reason she probably chose the style, because it was at the time my 3 sisters, and so she was doing 3 little girls' hair all the time. And I think that's one reason now that I'm older, I can realize why she braided it. Because, like you said, time. She was working full time, so
Right.
her thing is like, I can't get up every morning and give y'all a fresh plait every day.
Exactly.
So she would do the braid thing. But you're right,
And
that
see,
is
the
important.
braid
The time
thing, I
issue.
can't braid. When I tell you I
Okay.
cannot do no look of hair, I can do cute little ponytails. I literally cannot do hair. I've been going to the beauty shop since I was 6 years old.
So outside of a stylist, what do you think will make this an easy transition for people on your level that are just at home, that are tired of getting price gouged, that are tired of getting lied to? But I mean, you can ask some people, like you've been to certain salons
Right.
here, asking them and going for a consultation. One may want to charge you $1,000 just to come sit down and have a conversation, or they wanted to basically just do what they wanted to do
Exactly.
and be through with you.
And that's what I was telling her. I was telling her, just like if you see somebody with natural hair, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna ask. And then remember I told you, I feel like they acting funny.
Oh,
But
they
it's
will.
not because they acting funny. It's really too many products that they use rather than 1 or 2. Besides one of my friends that I went to high school with, I'm talking about on Facebook, hair beautiful. She twisted, untwisted every day, wash it every other day. And I always would tell her, oh, I want my hair like that. And I was like, well, my hair natural, but I wear weave over it, She was like, well, let me do your hair. I'm like, stick to my weave, Finally, I posted a picture of me with my twist, and I was like, I finally took the weave out, and I'm wearing my real hair. I love it, And she was like, well, what are you using? I was like, I don't know what I'm using because I sit in the chair,
Right.
She emailed me pictures of products on my through my phone, and I was buying it. I think I bought not the raw sheet, but it was some softy stuff. She was like, you can use this cholesterol here. She was just sending me pictures, but I just stuck to the raw sheet butter and olive oil because I like the way it smells and how I can put it in a bottle and just spray it and comb through it.
But
If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have kept the encouragement because I probably would have been put weave in my
Well,
hair.
I'm grateful for whoever she was. But at any time, did you ever see like a buildup that those things that you were putting into the hair that she told you about?
Yes.
What was the balance to that?
The softy cholesterol you can buy it big and you can buy it little. That it made flakes in my hair, and when it made the flakes in there, it made it dry at the end to where it'll comb out at the root with the flakes, but not at the end.
Now you as having locks, and you told me that you were very picky and very analytical to your professionals. What products and what different things did you find that did not work for you or that caused you different issues? Because I know that by you moving from state to a different state, you had to try different people out.
Right.
In Houston.
One of the biggest things that I found that my hair did not like was anything with oil, or not oil, but alcohol.
Oh.
Anything with like a drying agent, and that's what taught me how to read the ingredient or product line when you buy. Know what, when something ends in OL, what it means. And you almost started to think back to your chemistry days in high school on what different makeups meant. And that was my biggest thing. Anything with a lot of fragrance, anything with a lot of alcohol, anything just dried it out. And it's like when it goes on, you think, oh, it's looking good.
Right.
Then you feel your hair like 4 hours later. It's like, why is my hair dry? Or
Brillo pad.
Yeah, Brillo pad. You wake up the next morning like, last night it was looking so nice. What happened?
And see, a lot of that is associated to the wetness. A lot of people looking for wet styles. But like we were talking about before, that hair pattern, that hair texture isn't for a wet style.
Wow.
Exactly.
And everyone does not have that mulatto hair.
Right.
So you just can't look for something soft and curly all the time and just put a bunch of jam or put a bunch of water in there.
And what made me learn that is because I had got to the point just within these last 2 months, I was washing my hair every day just to put it in a ponytail.
See?
Oh, wow.
And that's very bad.
And that was before I did the cholesterol bars with the product she gave me. I was washing it, leaving a little bit of conditioner in there just to kind of style it. But by the end of the day, it was like my hair didn't look like this when I left the house.
But do you know that leaving conditioner in your hair can over process it too?
I could see why, just like you can over condition.
Yeah.
See, she just had an aha moment.
The reason that a lot of people are doing it is because it softens up the hair, but it's a component in that solution that softens up the hair. It kind of takes away just a little bit of the enamel bond, kind of like when you get a relaxer. So putting a whole bunch on there can take that hair and make it just dry.
And I also was told to use Head and Shoulders for natural hair rather than like your swap. When I first went natural, which was years ago before I even had my second baby, I was told to whip my perm out, the relaxer out, to use any kind of cheap shampoo like Suave or VO5, which I used that.
Really?
But a lot of people, and it did work. My
Yeah,
perm
it made
ripped out within like
dry.
6 months, but I ended up getting the perm back, afterwards. And that's when somebody was like, with natural hair, your scalp is always dry. Use Head and Shoulders. Yeah. And I noticed the difference when I use Head and Shoulders rather than the cheap shampoos, because I was keeping the cheap shampoos for myself.
And I was a product junkie when I first went natural, and I will say I've tried almost everything. And my favorite, believe it or not, and again it goes back to understanding your hair type first. I think that's the number one lesson, and that's the personal moment you need to have with yourself. Understand your hair texture. Understand what it responds to, or is your hair more dry, more oily? Almost the same analysis that you do for your skin, because the skin and the hair is the same cells. So it's like if you have dry skin, why would you think your hair wouldn't be dry?
Exactly.
And so once I figured that out, then I like Cream of Nature. was the best for me.
You are awesome. Keep talking.
It was the best for me. I mean, it
I
was the
heard
first
of it.
time.
Yes.
Oh, and it's old school. It's been around for years.
Yes, it is the best detangler I've ever found.
Best. I mean, I would put it in my hair, and I could literally run my fingers through.
Instantly, right?
Instantly.
Yes.
But it took almost 10 products, and I probably spent $100 on shampoo to realize to finally get to that one. And one thing I learned too is that from a hair care professional, he was like, ma'am, moisture comes from your shampoo. I would think, I can wash my hair with anything and just put a lot of oil on it. Give me some oil sheen.
No, ma'am.
Give me some, what you used to say, give me some grease. Give me this. And he said, you're putting so much oil on because your shampoo base is raggedy.
Okay.
So he said, get your shampoo right, you'll notice it's less you need to pile on. So it's a learning process. But I will say, being natural, I think for anyone that has to go there, to me, women that are natural, men that are natural, it's just so liberating. This is who you are every day of the week, and it's just so bold. And it just tells a lot about your personality. I think being natural it's so funny. People say go natural. We were born natural.
Exactly.
You were born like this.
No,
And I don't even see it as being
This is who I am. This is who I am.
I say virgin hair rather than going natural, because if you think about it, who wants to kink, weave, and thread and
So
like,
many of them
for me,
actually do though.
Yeah.
They want that flush, flat front.
I think it
and all of
depends
that.
on the experience with hair, because for me, I've always liked fashionable hairstyles. It's a tolerance level to me,
That's
because
pretty much all it is.
you want to be able to wake up and look pretty in the morning.
Right.
Just wake up and look pretty in the morning
And
without makeup.
without
Your hair
makeup.
cute. You
Right.
looking, you feeling good.
And it's a
looking
total
good.
package. When your skin is nice,
Yeah.
you're gonna naturally look good. When even before you do makeup, it's such a total picture. It was so funny because today at the office, I had kind of had my hair just straight, and then the guy mentioned, he said, we're gonna be doing new badges today. I said, oh no, why not Monday? So I ran to the bathroom and I just did a quick updo. And I came back in and the guys were like, oh wow, what did you do? And I was like, I just put my hair up. It was nothing major, but it's that thing of being able to work with what you have
And see me.
and making the most of it. But it comes to loving yourself, and it's a confidence
And
thing.
see that. Remember when we were talking about earlier about cutting it off to begin being natural? Me, I have this feminine thing. Like, I don't want to be walking around looking like a man. I don't.
Well, let me
I always-
present Michelle. Does she look like a man?
Actually, no, because she was one of the main reasons I was like, forget it. I can't get nobody to do that with this head full of natural hair. I'm just to cut my stuff. I
Right.
swear I went through it. I done sat in barbershops plenty of times just to cut my hair. And it's just always something like, okay, no, I don't want to look like a boy. I don't like earrings. I don't, just get you some big earrings, cut it off. And I just never could just set myself to doing it.
Right.
Women, we always, especially single women, we want a man to want us. Majority of men don't like dreadlocks and don't like afro.
Well, it depends on what part of the country you're from. Because
We're in Houston right now. We're going to talk about Houston. Okay, we're going to talk about Houston niggas, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Majority of the guys don't. You know what I mean? Like, you just hear them talk. That's just like if I'm talking to a guy, I'm be like, I'm going to cut off all my hair. Oh, no, please don't do that.
And to me, that's falsehood.
Yeah.
I mean, they're falling in love with something that's a fetish, something that's not real, and in some cases not even attainable.
But it's
and
not really just that. It's about looking in the mirror and being satisfied with yourself.
And my thing is like, what does your mother look like? And that's why when me and
like
all
that.
the time.
your
Exactly.
mother, it's
You
like,
look like that image you're used to. That flat front with them edges pulled tight, with them sides gone, or them lace fronts. It's a travel down thing. Like if you ever look at someone that's a lot of times they're natural. They'll bring their husband and their kids and their sisters and their brothers. And then the mother ones, they do the same thing. They want to go to one stylist, they have one of their stylists too.
I've always
comfort
done
zone. It's a comfort
Every
zone.
beauty shop out in the set in
Yeah.
is family members.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's interesting. And I think sometimes the guys that are ignorant about perception,
They are.
or I think it's sometimes too a sign of low
'Cause they-
self-esteem.
Exactly.
It's like you're trying to create this image that's not real, and that's a lot of pressure for a woman.
Yeah.
To be
It
into that.
is.
Ooh, he can't see my hair like this, or I can't have it tied up. I'm like, what kind of pressure is that to live under?
And see,
Don't come in yet. Don't come in yet.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this too many
Because
things.
men do forget to look at the inside rather than the outside.
And then
But
I'm
the
like,
outside is the
But you know what I tell them?
first.
I like your nappy hair. I like your extra curly hair. You need to
And you
love
know what they
mine.
doing to get the waves in their hair while they worried about how they go.
water
look.
and
You see what I'm
brushing and all that
saying?
extra
They
stuff.
tying up the captain where they got a line on their forehead and all that.
And my biggest thing is just natural hair is just so much. My hair is so much more healthier.
Yeah,
and that's the
feel
thing
it.
I like about it too.
And so
I
that's a
noticed
good
it with
thing.
mine too.
Know
And
your
that's what I care about
products.
the most.
Know what you're
Oh,
using.
design. I
Know
love
what's
him.
going on. These products, like you were saying, offer the shampoo and moisturization. They offer the things that are needed at the shampoo bowl a lot
And
of
now that I
times.
see that, when I was getting the design perm on my hair, I think I was from 8th to 11th grade, I never had damage. When I stopped
Yeah.
going to her, as far as the relaxer, that's when my hair started.
And the other thing I tell people, visit your professional. They're here for a reason. I mean, being at home experiment is okay, but save yourself a lot of grief, a lot of time, a lot of money. Now do your research just like you pick a doctor and just like you should pick your mate. Find a natural hair care stylist and professional that can really tell you
And
about your
see
hair.
with me, I call it convenience, I call it lazy, whatever it is. I just want to sit in a chair and look cute. Do whatever, make sure it's taken care of. I'm going to pay you to do me right. I'll come back every other week, every week, however often.
So natural hair rocks.
I
It does
wanted
for
to
me.
talk with a couple of clients, talk about a couple of things. Choppy walked in the room and just pushed the person that was doing the camera and everything. So we're gonna excuse all of that and let Choppy do Choppy. And we're gonna get back to you later. But I just wanted you to listen to a couple of things, see how different people felt about a couple of things.
She's more educated than me. I should have pulled out my pen and paper.
No,
I'm
no,
beginner
no.
stages.
You're
and
a
I'm back
babe.
to
You're a
stage.
babe. You're a babe. We're all in this
So,
together. We're
check
all
me
in
out
this
for more.
together.
Peace.